So we've kind of delegated, again, parts of the responsibility out depending on the services that the co-hoster provides will depend on which parts of it we delegate out. But at the end of the day, IT is still responsible. Now, this is going to remain equally true when looking at cloud models. So as you can see, the building the progression here, we can kind of build upon some of the lessons learned from the co-hosting managed services sorts of models to apply them to public cloud sorts of environments. So again, here we have the infrastructure as a service at the bottom here. And from previous webcast episodes, we know that that's the one that provides, bare virtual iron, if you will, the virtual machines on which we can load our applications and operating systems and our data on top of that, and we build a complete stack of service on top. Now in this case, we're going to have to rely on the cloud provider to secure their physical data center. They're going to actually secure the systems, the physical systems themselves, including the firmware of all those systems, and they're going to actually control the hypervisor. These are all things that we as IT folks can't get access to directly. We have to rely on the actual cloud provider to control all that. So at the end of the day, though, there are still a number of subscriber responsibilities here. As we can see, GRC is still very much something that we are responsible for, so we have to make sure we control that. We're also responsible for the account management, the client interface, the application platform, including the OS and patching, as well as the security infrastructure. So, there's still a large portion of responsibility that we're directly in control of. But there are some pieces that we're not. So moving up to platform as a service, in addition to all the things that infrastructure hides, it also hides from us the application platform and the actual security infrastructure of that platform. So we as consumers of that can't actually see how that's being put together, and we have no real insight or visibility or control over how that platform is being managed. So at the end of the day, the things we have to maintain control of are, again, GRC, account management, client interface, and application. So these things are all still very much within our control, but again, everything within the box are things that we have to rely upon the provider to control. And again, this kind of goes back to the whole trust issue we'll get into in just a minute. And then finally, we have the software as a service, which hides all the other things underneath it. And they're providing us a wholly formed application. And typically in this environment, again, we have to rely on them to handle the actual platform and the systems and the infrastructure. But we have to still make sure that we have control over GRC, account management, and client interface.